We know that Mark and Amber don't stay together forever. And thank goodness. This relationship in the comics is very strange. Some people hate her in both media, but we must admit that even though it's turbulent in the series, it manages to be more relatable and with more real moments. Today, we will discuss more about this problematic relationship and how it ended in a very different way from the animated series. Mark and Amber's relationship was doomed to end when it began, as Mark was always physically attracted to Eve. Not to mention that Amber never really understood what Mark's obligations meant, and the contrast between Mark's turbulent life and Amber's trivial and simple problems confirm this. It makes us even feel angry seeing that he didn't have time to go out with her to buy shoes because he needed to save the world. These attitudes made her a spoiled, superficial character with no personality compared to Eve. Many times we see Amber talking about her disappointments with Mark to her friends, making him look like a complete loser. These good friends suggest that Mark uses drugs and that he cheats on her, and they even encourage Amber to cheat on Mark too. In the midst of this worn-out relationship, we see Eve trying to get closer to Mark, and he visibly feels attracted to her. He even gets jealous when he finds out that Eve and William were dating. She invites Mark to spend some time with her in Africa, and Mark, trying to fix his relationship with Amber, takes her along. Eve reveals that she wished Mark had come alone, even though he was committed. Later, Amber meets a guy at the library, with whom she needs to share her book because there was only one copy. She receives visits from this friend in her dorm. They go to the movies together, and Amber even complains about her relationship with Mark, using him as a stepping stone when she was mad at Mark. Meanwhile, Mark ends up discovering that Eve likes him through the older Eve he talked to in the other dimension. He goes to Africa to talk to her, and they end up kissing. As if the relationship wasn't messed up enough, Mark returns to talk to Amber, but she is in the room with Gary, her friend. They are talking about Mark, and Gary reveals that he likes Amber. She shows extreme dissatisfaction with her relationship with Mark, but she doesn't cheat on him, although she receives frequent visits from another man in her room. At this point, Mark calls her to talk, and although he was very irritated by the fact that Gary was alone with her, they end up talking about breaking up. Unlike the series, where they like each other and are forced to break up due to their differences in an emotional and sad scene, they just agree and break up without tears or emotions. Yes, disappointing. This was the video, folks. Comment below your opinion on this relationship and which Amber you prefer, from the comics or the animation. Don't forget to leave your like and subscribe for more videos like this. See you next time.